Since Donna's death, it seems I'm not the me when we were married. The who I was prior to Donna's death has not been carried forward after her death. I can hardly recognize me these days, or I don't want to. I want to avoid me, which makes me wonder, would she recognize me, accept me, embrace me? These questions haunt me. They follow me throughout my days, lightly touch my shoulder. So I turn and look directly at them. Let me just say right off the bat, you don't suffer profound loss without substantive change in all aspects of your life and being. It's just what is. There's nothing remarkable about these questions or change after death of a loved one. I do need to understand this. I do need to understand me so I can adjust my person and prepare. Change is inevitable. Sometimes welcomed, sometimes not. If we don't see or understand change, we become emotionally calcified. Donna died. I changed. In what ways? Do those changes serve me? Are those changes material to any person today, even material to me? Are they material to anyone? What are these changes? I just learned the term narrative repair. I'm thinking that at this point, well after her death and the memoir, perhaps all of this change is an unconscious narrative repair that only now I'm examining. Not simply an examination of the current state of my being. It's taking note of the changes, giving them a value, making them or not part of my new persona. Yet to what end? Will any of these changes yield any worthy outcomes? Or do I just resign myself to being here and now, whatever that is? As they say, wherever you go, there you are. Same as always, just you. Does any of it matter? In order to consider my narrative repair, I need to examine the following. Am I still a husband? Am I still a caregiver, even though Donna is no longer here? Is everything I've done, written, shared, just snippets of memories woven together in a drab faded tapestry post-death? Do I remain in love with Donna? Have I just burnishing all the dull of us before she died in this relaunch of the memoir? All of this makes no sense as I consider it now. Yet, all of this needs to be examined to determine what is this narrative repair? Where has it brought me? Since Donna's death, I wrote the memoir, which is linked below, and you can see it and leave questions. I wrote extensively, exhaustively on my grief journey, traveled a bit, became a volunteer crisis counselor. All of this means something, which is silenced in my mind by the questions I'm asking myself, and where I am in life. I will get to these questions on the next couple of videos. Right now, I think I want to read a section from the book. So I'm going to read from the memoir. Hopefully you all want to buy it. We dated, lived together, broke up twice. Friends of mine pointed out that I was GU, geographically undesirable, by living in Washington Heights, a damn long train ride on the A train. Yet, the first time we lived together, Donna gave up an apartment on East 86th Street and rode the A train every morning. It was years before I realized the level of sacrifice that she had made. She was not a morning person and believed cabs were a little square of heaven on earth. The second time we lived together, still in Washington Heights, we brought our first apartment. It was the top floor overlooking the Hudson River, New Jersey, the George Washington Bridge. The apartment was wonderfully light and airy and faced south. Afternoons were brilliant and warm and demanded naps. especially after coming in from a cold winter. It was ours. It was home. As perfect as that space was, I was not. My ego and selfishness prevailed. Neither of us would back down from a fight. No prisoners, no peace. She moved out to a walk up in Soho. I found a note from her left on a shelf in our small office. No one will love you like I do. I started sitting at a bar in Soho near where she lived, looking out, hoping to see her walk by. It never happened.